It's Week 11 of the NFL. And coming up next is the Commanders' electric quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Commanders and the Giants, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe.
So here are the Commanders making their way out.
And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. 21 carries, 132 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his team.
There he goes, right side. The catch and run go wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brown. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Brown.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try.
Touchdown!
Kylan Granson,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10.
Off the bootleg. Brown out to his left.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Brown. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even...
Let's go now.
Now Brown on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 49 yards.
And the Commanders are back within a score. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Brown slings this deep from McLaurin, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Brown, throwing again on 2nd and 10.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Branson.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Operating from the gun, Brown. And that's caught by the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll look to throw again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught. The end result, 21 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for the corner, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors run around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they're going to have another
first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Robinson up the middle. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Brown. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Kylan Granson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Dexter Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the move to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Opted to run for it, the decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now a play fake here on first down. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Azeez Ojulari leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Brown to throw on 2nd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball.
He hit on the big one on that last drive. Touchdown pass number 50 on the season. What a year he's put together, and he'll try to build on it here, 1st and 10.
Brown now on 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Brown throwing on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Brown. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And nobody in the stadium feels better than...
Here we go, here we go.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here's Brown on 1st down. He's got Granson, his tight end. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Washington. Kylan Granson, 54 yards. And the Commanders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So here's Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To throw on 2nd down. Brown. They find some open field here.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Brown. And his throw here is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Brown. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Brown on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to...
The Washington offense set to take over again. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Brown now throwing after the interception. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Kylan Granson, 75 yards. And the Commanders use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. The Washington offense back out there. The partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Now Brown throwing to start the drive. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brown on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now this one complete on the slant route. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Brown on 1st and 10. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Brown. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Looking to throw. Brown. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go. Washington ready to try again on offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got McLaurin.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's 2nd down. Brown looking to throw on 2nd down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Brown now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. They are in field goal range here already. How do you handle this situation, tie game?
In a perfect scenario, you want to find a way to get the ball to the proper spot for your field goal kicker. They always have preferences. And you want to bleed the clock down so that when you do kick it, as the ball's going through the post,
zeros.
The clock hits zeros.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, option.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Back to throw. Brown. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Now Brown to throw on 2nd down. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's Brown. Going to throw on 3rd and goal.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Let's make a play, boys. Let's go, baby. Big play here. Big play.
Well, this fan base on a losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, if you tie the game, they couldn't go any farther, they had too many injuries? I'm not sure what was going on there.